What's up, my fellow Pokemasters? So, it's no secret that I'm a huge fan of Pokemon, and however, even though I am a huge fan of Pokemon, there are those Pokemon that I just really can't appreciate. I I just don't have much love for these 10 Pocket Monsters as I do for the rest of the Pokemon world. So, that's what we're going to be doing today, counting down my least favorite Pokemon of all time. Well, let's do it. Number 10 might seem like a bit of a cheat, but it's my list, it's my opinion, I can do whatever I want. So here we go. Coming in at number 10 is the entire freaking Simi trio. Now, I'm only talking about Simisage, Simipour, and Simisea. I'm not talking about their pre-evolutions because they're all kind of cute. And yeah, add this to the fact that they're not very good in battle, and the only time you'd even use them at all is to beat the gym leader of your choice in the first Black and White, and after that you just end up depositing them, so they became useless for the rest of the game. Simisage is kinda cool though, in my opinion, so there's always that. He's got that going for him. Coming in at number 9 is a specific form of Rotom that I've never really been a big fan of to begin with, and I probably never will be, so let's get it out of the way. Rotom Heat. Now, why do I dislike Rotom Heat? It's almost solely based on design. Like, I thought Rotom was a strange Pokemon to begin with, but at least the other, 5 forms. 4 forms? 4 or 5 forms had good designs. I'm not sure. But Rotom Heat, I just can't appreciate its design. Like I already said, Rotom was a strange Pokemon to begin with in my opinion, but the other 4 or 5 forms at least had good designs. Now, Rotom Heat, I find a bit of a strange Pokemon. Rotom in general, I find a strange Pokemon. The gimmick that you can change its form using various different appliances is okay, but number 8 is tied. Number 8 is tied with Escavalier. Yeah, Escavalier for the absolute slowest fully evolved Pokemon. However, it isn't the slowest. The slowest Pokemon in the world is actually Shuckle, tied with Munchlax. This one is just the slowest fully evolved Pokemon. Coming in at number 8, Ferrothorn. Now, yes, well, Ferrothorn is a Grass Steel type, so it does have resistances to oh so many types. I found it a strange Pokemon. Like I already said, it's the slowest fully evolved Pokemon tied with Munchlax Escavalier. And I don't know. Even when I was playing the original Black and White, I was never really a huge fan of Ferroseed either. Although when you think about it, Ferroseed is kind of cute in its own way, in my opinion. But Ferrothorn is just a bad design. Number 7. Now this one is based on all the stereotypes that Ludicolo is supposed to be a racist Mexican stereotype. Well, according to many sources, that actually isn't the case. He's just meant to be a fun, happy Pokemon. However, many fans of Pokemon believe that Ludicolo is supposed to be a racist Mexican stereotype, which is supposed to represent, well, a Mexican wearing a poncho and whatever Mexicans wear over their torso. Number 6 is a Dragon-type Pokemon introduced in the 5th generation. Coming in at number 6 is Kyurem Black. Now don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Kyurem. He made it onto my honorable mentions in my top 10 favorite legendaries list. What's so bad about him? Kyurem Black has a few flaws, not too many, but he still has a few. Such as, well, first off, he doesn't have too many physical moves to make use of his high 170 or so base attack stat, which is really quite disappointing when you think about it. The second is a bad design. Now don't get me wrong, like I already said, I'm a huge fan of Kyurem, and honestly, I like the white form's design more than the black form. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be racist right now. That's simply my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree in the comments below. Number 5. This one is another Pokemon introduced in the 5th generation, and it's a version exclusive to Sock. That's right, number 5 is Throh. Now, Throh is an interesting Pokemon. He's been the counterpart to Sock ever since both of them were introduced in Generation 5. But it's just, I find his design bad. I don't find it offensive or ugly, just bad. So, he may be a red Pokemon, which is like my favorite color of all time. Before it was blue, now it was red. But I really don't find his design very interesting at all. And Sork, don't ask me how this is possible, but I like Sork's design more than Through's. Number 4. Yes, this is another Unova Pokemon. It's a poison type, and I find its pre-evolution kind of cute, but this one is just ugly. Number 4. Garbodor. Come on, guys. You can't tell me you didn't see Garbodor coming. This thing is just literally a huge pile of trash. Add this to the fact that he isn't very good in competitive play. He serves no purpose at all except to fill in the Pokédex. Every single other time I've tried using Garbodor before in my Pokemon Y version, and yeah, that didn't work out so well. I tried teaching him Thunderbolt so he could take down Seabold's Gyarados because it had Earthquake, and guess what? He outsped me. He used Earthquake before I could get a chance to attack. I didn't have a Focus Sash at that time, so he died. Ever since then, I've never caught another Garbodor in any other version of Pokemon. Now this one, number 3, isn't a Pokemon that was introduced in Unova, but it's just so freaking annoying. Number 3, Tentacruel. Tentacruel can be a good Pokemon when you look at it, but at the same time, it can also be a bad Pokemon. Its water poison typing is interesting. Its pre-evolution Tentacle serves that same typing, which makes sense. But on the other hand, it's just annoying. Every single time, every single route I went to in my Alpha Sapphire version, or basically any other version of Pokemon, I found a Tentacruel. Just so freaking annoying. Okay, we have another Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. And Munchkin Orange and another fellow YouTuber friend of mine, Munchkin Orange, wouldn't be too pleased to hear me say this, but coming in at number 2 is the ground electric type Stunfisk. Stunfisk is unique. He's really the only flat Pokemon in the Pokemon world. And his ground electric typing doesn't share any other typing with any other Pokemon I've seen. I may be wrong, so if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. Stunfisk, what can I say about the guy? He's just bad. He's also really annoying. Well, any other Pokemon that's been in this list so far, almost every other Pokemon that's been in this list really bugs me, but they don't technically annoy me as such. Stunfisk is just one of 2 Pokemon on this list that actually annoys me. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, my least favorite Pokemon of all time. This one was introduced in Gen 4. Get ready for it. Lopunny. Now yes, that O might look like a U, and that's because I made just a little error in putting it on this list, like writing it, but moving on from that, Lopunny, what can I say about the thing? He's so bad I can't even put it into words. Now you might be thinking that its male counterpart, Diggersby, introduced in Gen 6, should have been on this list. And I'm gonna say no to that. Well, I really don't have anything else to say about Lopunny. That's how bad it is. Okay, so what did you think of my list? Were any Pokemon on here that you liked? If so, leave it down in the comments below. Do it now. As with my other 2 videos, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe for more awesome content in the future. If for whatever reason you disliked this video, that's perfectly understandable. Just leave a dislike. Alright. It's Epic Evolution. I'm signing out.